Hey everybody, this is Doug Judy, server 817, coming at you, weekend special here. Hey, I wanted to do this video on what's in my cars, and not that I have everything figured out, but I just wanted to break it down because we attacked somebody yesterday, and I wouldn't say that I single-handedly destroyed their seats, but I had 2 and 3 cars going at a time and was just robbing people and rallying, but it was pretty effective. So I'll show you what I did. So first and foremost, rock is our genre here. Those are the 2 URs I control. And then I put Chizuru in there as my rally car because she increases the fan cap for rallies, 10% rally fan cap. So number 1 is my rally car. You could say it's an offensive car too, but I generally only do rallies when I'm attacking, when I'm attacking other players. So, I mean, the smaller ones, sure, but whatever. And then the big question is, what's in the second and third car, right? The reason we don't have pop in a car, and the reason that is because they don't have 2 URs, right? Pop has only 1 UR on the main map, at least. And so it's really hard, if you're a top player to get it, like, even want to have 1 UR. You would just go to a group that has 2. Kind of makes common sense. But so rock is the first one. Since those are all used there with the 2 URs, I put RMB as the second car, and I'll show you why. Number 1 is Nova, if you get her, and she has extra for defending when she's defending, right? And then the other one I put in there, since pop, is kind of spread out, I don't have a pop car, is I put in Brooklyn, because she has the same ability as Nova does. So she does extra damage when she's defending. And yeah, I got to pump up her stars here, which I'll be doing very soon, actually. And then she does have some kind of attack thing. You could say that this is a defense and utility car because you got Brooklyn, and then you got Zendaya here with the same skill, right? There it is, plus the drive speed. That's another reason is I like RMB is because of the drive speed. You put in Zendaya and Julia in the car, and then you can get to any place to defend it really fast if you're reinforcing somebody or being the defensive captain or something like that, right? And then you have the obvious bonuses to defending versus attacking. So my second car used to be Hip Hop. That's a good secondary damage car, right? If you have the URs, great. But if you don't, and a lot of people do have those, lead players do, because for whatever reason it lands you in Hip Hop first, like when you start a map. And then, then they offer you Bella and Avery and whatever, and it's like really easy to obtain the Hip Hop girls. So I think that's why you see a lot of lead players just go to Hip Hop, because it's easy. Rock, they don't have to travel far on the map, but it is really hard to get to the Americas with the relics and some of the other things that just make rock a really hard genre. Paisley is hard to level to get all those coins. Claire as well, with all the levels on the relic gems and stuff. So rock is kind of hard to max out, but here we are. So I moved Hip Hop to the second car, and that could be a good third, like attack car, or you could do EDM as another little attack car, but that kind of depends on which URs you have. So what else I wanted to show you about the defense car specifically is what assets do you put on them, and whether this is right or wrong. When we're defending, we're going to have more people chipping in, right? So I put all defensive stuff on there, right? So all these assets here increase defense, right? Or dance, whatever, right? And I just kept doing that over and over as much as I had. You see, now this one right there, does not increase defense. I just didn't have anything else, but generally I'm putting as much defense as I can in a defensive car, and then anything else I'll fill in with attack or sing, right? What I don't do on any of my cars that I'm going to attack or defend with is increase the manage stat, because that increases your finance. It doesn't do anything in PvP. So that's the long and short of it. Make sure, if you have the pop UR, it's probably a different story, but if you have hip hop, R&B, or rock as those two URs, right? I would encourage you to get two URs in the same genre. And then based on what you have, I would make the other your defensive car. And honestly, I like R&B as a defensive car best. That's my opinion. All right. Doug Judy signing off. Peace out.